Max Verstappen has a brand new secret in 2025, and Red Bull desperately hoped no one on Earth would notice, because this isn't some routine refinement, some mild aero tweak, or a harmless mid-season adjustment. No, this is the kind of upgrade teams spend months hiding. The kind of component you only install when you're ready to break the sport again. The kind of secret that can tilt an entire championship before the season even hits its midpoint. They tried to hide it behind mechanics, behind screens, behind hastily moved toolboxes, behind random bodywork panels that suddenly appeared out of nowhere, and even behind Jonathan Wheatley casually standing in front of cameras like a human privacy wall. But this is Formula One in 2025. Secrets don't survive. Not in a world where fans can freeze a frame, zoom into a reflection on a mechanic's visor, enhance it with AI, share it, break it down, and have a full aerodynamic analysis ready before most teams even open their laptops. And this time, fans didn't just notice something, they may have uncovered Red Bull's most advanced hidden upgrade since the double diffuser era. A mysterious, carefully tucked away piece of underfloor technology that flashed on camera for half a second, but sent the entire paddock into full-scale panic. It all began during what Red Bull insisted was a routine RB21 testing day. Max Verstappen arrived with the usual calm intensity of a man who knows exactly how fast he can go and exactly how much faster he wants to be. He sat in the cockpit, ran through settings, dialed in setups, and started blasting out lap times that looked ridiculous even for him. Time so sharp, so stable, so precise that rival engineers watching the telemetry live feeds genuinely thought their data streams were glitching. But then, in a slow-motion replay, just a normal broadcast replay, nothing special, a tiny, shiny, unfamiliar component caught the light under the mid-floor of the RB21. It was small, maybe the size of a hand, bolted into a place no team ever exposes deliberately, a sliver of metal, a curved surface, a reflective edge, something new, something absolutely not part of the car during pre-season. And the moment it appeared on screen, even for a fraction of a second, you could feel Red Bull's panic through the camera. Mechanics didn't walk toward the car, they sprinted. Engineers didn't casually move screens, they shoved them into place. Someone rolled in a toolbox no one even opened, but it was placed perfectly to block the floor. Portable panels, blankets, bodywork pieces, everything suddenly appeared like Red Bull was covering a crime scene. Meanwhile, Max got out of the car with the most innocent expression imaginable. I didn't see anything. I don't know anything. I wasn't here. I didn't do it. Smile. Almost like a student trying to pretend he didn't sneak a glance at the answer sheet during an exam. But fans saw everything. Within minutes, screenshots went viral. Within hours, people were dissecting every pixel, every curve, every reflection. Someone used AI to reconstruct the possible shape. Someone else compared it to floor designs from 2023 and 2024. One fan even speculated that Red Bull had created a miniature turbulence conditioning blade, hidden inside the floor's lowest pressure zone. The theories exploded instantly. Some fans insisted it was a new micro-vortex controller. Others said it was a flexible mounting designed to give the floor control deformation under load. Ferrari fans screamed that it was witchcraft again. A Mercedes supporter commented, "Don't worry, FIA will ban it as soon as Max gets 2 wins in a row." But the most believable theory, the one circulating quietly among engineers and whispered in paddock corridors, was far more dangerous. Red Bull built this secret upgrade specifically for Max Verstappen's driving style. Not the team, not the regulation window, not the second driver, not even the concept of the car, just Max. Because Max had been complaining he was dancing with it. Some observers said the RB21 looked like it had gained an invisible hinge under the floor. Others said the car looked like it was slicing through the airflow with surgical precision. Max's exits became near flawless. The rear didn't slide unless he wanted it to. The small corrections disappeared. The car behaved like it was reading his mind. Ferrari engineers reportedly stayed up the entire night studying overlays, confused by the sudden jump. McLaren engineers reran their simulator loads until their software crashed twice. Mercedes blamed the car concept again, and when teams saw Max's new pace, pace that looked less like a step forward and more like a physics exploit, they knew something was deeply, deeply wrong. Or deeply, deeply right, depending on which garage you're standing in. Reporters immediately asked Red Bull leadership about the new part. Oliver Mintzlaff dodged the question entirely. Helmut Marko smirked in the most suspicious way possible and said, "We develop continuously, always." Jonathan Wheatley delivered the line that raised every eyebrow in the paddock. "Everything on the RB21 is fully within the rules. Currently." That currently hit like a bomb. Meanwhile, Max, when asked about the upgrade, became the least convincing liar in motorsport. He said, no, nothing new, feels normal," while grinning like a man trying to hide the fact he just downloaded a new cheat mod into his video game. And poor Checo Perez. Poor Checo probably learned about the upgrade from Twitter. You can imagine him walking into the garage the next morning saying, guys, what is everyone talking about?" And the engineers patting him on the shoulder. "Nothing, amigo, just follow Max's telemetry." That's Red Bull. That's always been Red Bull, but this time the FIA noticed too. They always notice when Max's pace suddenly becomes unexplainable. With every session where Max was too fast, the FIA grew more curious. More technical delegates visited the garage. More questions were sent. More analysis requests were issued. But until the FIA can figure out what the component actually does and whether it violates anything, the upgrade slays. And Max Verstappen is driving a machine that looks part rocket, part hovercraft, part black magic ritual. Something deeper has shifted this season. Max isn't just fast, he's relaxed, confident, almost playful. The way he positions the car, the way he commits into corners without hesitation, the way he slices through sequences that used to unsettle the RB21. It all screams one thing. Max knows he has something nobody else has. Confident Max is terrifying. But confident Max with a secret underfloor device custom built for him? That's a horror movie for 19 other drivers. Teams will pretend they aren't scared. Fans will pretend the championship is close. Commentators will pretend there's still a fight. But the truth is simple. Red Bull tried to hide this upgrade. The internet exposed it. The paddock is losing sleep over it. And Max Verstappen is already using it like a weapon. If you thought the title fight was alive, think again, because while other teams proudly announce their upgrades, Red Bull hides theirs. And Max Verstappen just became more dangerous, more dominant, and more unstoppable than ever before.